Hello, hello. How are you?
What's up, Paul? You
Hey,
look like
Paul.
an A&R at like a record studio or something. You're gonna tell us like we just went platinum.
Yeah, I'm like, what award did we just
Right.
win?
You got a platinum album. It's coming to you. It should be right behind you, along with the
Oh, I'm so
cake and
excited. We
champagne.
made a
So,
dollar.
Amazing. Finally made a dollar.
Yeah.
for 1 billion streams, here's a
That's right,
dollar.
exactly. Oh, seems fair. Seems good. Cool. Thanks.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are so excited to talk to you about this movie because ever since I saw it, I can't stop thinking about it because
Interesting.
kind of blindsides you in a way. It's not a horror movie, but it's a horrifying thought, and you just start thinking, what in the world would I do, right?
That's what it is.
That's it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I
What would
still
you
don't
do?
know,
Are you
honestly.
good? Oh,
I
you're
don't
okay.
know.
Well, it's
I,
it's
I would
funny
I would
because
start handing out dollars
Yeah.
for billions of streams. I don't
Yeah,
know.
right. Oh, you're done. You're
I've
done.
I've done a little bit of press just the last week, and one of the questions has been, "Hey Ben, we hear that you're a homesteader and a prepper, which is a little bit of a stretch. I have 7 acres and I have some goats and some chickens. That's about it. But they said, hey, if this happened to you, what would happen? I'm like, I am dead.
But
There is
no,
no chance
you
of,
can make
of
it.
Yeah.
me surviving unless I got to the real homestead. So the homestead in the movie is an actual real place, and he actually has a plan in place that 150 of his family and friends, if it happens, are coming to the homestead.
Are you on that list
I don't think
now?
I'm on the list yet.
But you can't we show up at the gate and be like, I was the lead of I'm actually the
I think you could get in.
I'm
I think you could get
be like, but I made that great film about it. I know everything how it works. No, still no.
Directors are replaceable.
You have such a baby face though. I
Oh,
feel like it would
okay.
translate. It would
All right.
work at the gate.
I'd be at the
Damn
gate.
it.
I think you guys would be fine. If not, come to Texas. There's plenty of room.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we'd be fine in Texas.
Yeah, we're actually gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. Like I think I'll be able to figure it out. I don't know about you,
Well,
but we're gonna be fine.
you're in an area that you can figure it out.
One man for himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's
and you
fine.
have horses.
Yeah, I have a lot of horses. I'm like the new Ferrari dealership in town once that happens.
You
Yeah.
would be.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I know this movie was special to you, and now it's going to be special to other people. Is there a certain memory that each of you have from the set that you think you'll always take with you?
Well, funny thing for me, amongst other things, the first thing that came to my mind is on this last round of filming, I lost. I have big dogs, and I had driven my truck up, and I was usually putting them at my parents' place. They couldn't watch them at the time, so I had to bring them with me. So I brought the big dogs in my truck, and I would sit it on is on set. They let me park the truck and keep like a dog kennel essentially the entire time I was filming. So we'd like film a scene. I'd run back to the car, let the dogs out, put them back in the truck, run back to the scene, and it's not really homestead related, but for me, it was a big memory because they're just everybody's so cool on set to let me do that and to let me have those guys there. It's just, and I think maybe we're trying to usher in more dogs on set. Is that what we're doing?
More dogs
Yeah.
and more horses.
More horses. That's what I'm talking about. Season two. You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome.
For me, it was 95% of the movie is shot on one location, and it's not an understatement how incredible this location is. I mean, obviously show
Yeah.
it off in the film. None of that CGI. It's 100% what you see in the movie is real. And so there was these moments where we'd be up on this mountaintop overlooking the property,
Mm.
and the sun setting in the distance, and we're rolling cameras, and we call cut, and your 50, 60 crew members are shuttling ATVs down the hillside, and I would just sit there and just take a breath and watch the sunset and literally enjoy the quiet for a moment after a chaotic day. And I did that over and over and over again because in the
Mm.
process of creating a film or any project in the arts, you get so lost in tunnel vision and what you're doing that you don't actually get to take in how amazing what we get to do is. The fact that we get paid to play make believe on
That's
a
so
mountaintop in
it's so
Utah
much.
is amazing.
Oh my God, it's so true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. Yeah. It is fun. I mean,
Uh,
he's not lying that location and the ATVing. I mean, it's like really, you do have moments where you're like, we're getting paid to be here to do this.
Yeah,
What a
absolutely.
location. Yeah.
yeah, and people will find that to be a thing that they want to do, and you guys make it look so easy. What kind of advice would each of you give to somebody that wants to follow in your footsteps and tell great stories like this?
How do we do it?
Well, what's remarkable is Angel Studios is building something really, really special. It's not a typical studio structure. In fact, at the beginning of the Homestead journey, over a year and a half ago, we made a proof of concept. It was a little 7-minute, call it a short film, if you will. It's actually the sequence that opens the film of the bomb going off, and we made that and submitted it through the Angel Guild, which is a process of hundreds of thousands of members voting on if this is a project that they'd like to see through Angel Studios. And then from there, once it was greenlit by the members themselves, we did a crowd fundraise, and then that gave us the money. That started raising the money that we used to develop the film. And also, we used it for getting actors on board. Neil and Dawn and many of the actors, we were able to share that proof of concept. So I think, for me as a filmmaker, just start making something. To me, nothing's real until you have it in script form. Nothing's real until you can actually get a crew together, a cast together, and start doing it. And so many times people are like, hey, we got to raise all the money. We got to have the exact right people in place. No, just get going. Just start. Because otherwise you're going to be sitting for decades trying to get something made.
Yeah. And that creative energy just resonates out and reflects itself back to you. That's what I believe. I believe so.
And what would you say to those that want to act and do these wonderful things like this?
For me, such a big part of acting, outside of that initial ramp up where you go to class and you do the whole thing, you learn the skill and you figure out who you are. I think at that moment is where a lot of people's careers shift into different directions, because that learn who you are, right? Learn what your product is. And I think it goes beyond learning with the craft. I'm fascinated all the time by emotional intelligence and the psychosis of people and the body language of both people and animals. And I bring all of that into my work. And the truth is, without a real life that you're living behind the craft, you've got nothing to fill it in with. You can go and hit your mark and say the words, but if there isn't a pulsating life beneath that, behind your eyes, if I didn't have the death of 500 animals that I've raised in my life behind my eyes, I would never be able to show up and give what I give. And that's just the honest truth. So for people who want to do this as a career, don't forget to be human also. Don't forget to follow your life purpose. And maybe it's not acting, right? Acting is sort of this cool vessel that we get to share the truth of ourselves with. But without that undercurrent moving and just like growing and just shifting, and there's nothing interesting there. It's like your eyes are empty. So for me, that's my biggest gift of wisdom there is, you be an actor, but also like be a human being.
I have a saying that you've got to live a good story to tell a good story.
That's
And I
it.
think that's so true for everybody in any art form, whether it's writing music or writing film or acting. You got to live a good story to tell a good story.
That's the first step.
That's beautiful. Well, you've both done that, and we appreciate everything that you've done. Please keep telling these great stories. Can't wait for more of this, and look forward to talking to both of you again soon.
All right. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Okay,
Really
thanks so much.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.